That's some strong moments against Cure. But did fall in the end, and now we have our Zerg versus Terran. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Dynasty, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Talon Esports. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And I'm a little bit concerned that Dark has been spending too much time with Shin, because what the hell are we doing on Dynasty? Dynasty is one of the most viewed maps in the map pool. We very rarely see it. There are some exceptions to the rule. What I'm referring to is Shin. Shin is a madman. He's one of the few players that almost never vetoes Dynasty in best of threes, let alone best of fives. Shin is an animal, but there's a good reason for it. Shin, he often all-ins. He often has some very quirky builds and often does all-in on Dynasty. We've seen Shin defeat Clem multiple times as of late on Dynasty as well, with some Roach all-ins, with even some delayed Roach aggression as well, just trying to mind game and fake Clem out. Shin has been an animal on Dynasty. And I wonder, I mean, Dark is similar to Shin in that sense. Dark is also very aggressive Zerg player, and he's going gasless. Bold move here by Dark. A gasless build, no gases in the main base. He's going for, no, it's okay, Dave, it's okay. He's going for a hatch pull into hatchery. Oh, but where is he expanding? Okay, the drone was on a bit of a mission here, going bottom right into top left, but we are taking the triangular third base instead. Shout out to Inu casting in Korean, of course, other English casters as well. But yeah, when it comes to this gasless style by Dark, what I will say is that this is often done on larger maps. Dark, he's very fond of going for this opener on Golden Aura, for example, sometimes on Alkione, sometimes on Post Youth as well. Here on Dynasty, this does feel quite risky. Specifically this third base. This third base is very exposed, it's very wide open. The Reaper will scout, will confirm. ByuN is now aware. He's now aware of the build. I mean, the expansion well underway. And ByuN, his response here, or I should say his initial build even before scouting, 2-1-1. It's going to be a 2-on-1 out of ByuN. ByuN is very fond of 2-on-1s on this map. On Dynasty, we see him time and time again go 2-on-1 on this map against Shin. And it's very hit and miss, especially considering very often Zerg players, they go for Roach play on this map. Speaking of Roaches, there it is. Roach Warren 4 Dark. Now, the reason why Roaches, or Roach aggression and Roach compositions are so common on Dynasty is because of the gold. As you can imagine, this gold base, it can't really be punished without range-based units. This is why the Zerg player cannot take the gold base early on against Protoss or against Terran, because Reapers, Hellions, Cyclones, Marines, Adepts, Stalkers, you name it, they can all punish the mineral line. Ling Bane cannot. So Terran players, they're free to expand here, but that's also why Roach Ravager is crucial on this map to have something to deny mining. Something to punish. So we do have a handful of Roaches on the way. Dark droning up. The Roaches are revealed. ByuN is aware. Now, the downside to Roach play is Roaches are quite immobile, as you can imagine. And that's where the power of 2-on-1 comes in. A 2-on-1 is very mobile. It's 60 Marines, 2 Medevacs, and Stim. Does mean that ByuN, he can bounce between the bases, the third, the main, the natural. He can deny creep. He can be very active soon, momentarily. There's Yadon swap into Medevacs. Meanwhile, the first 2 Roaches have arrived. They deny mining at the gold. Again, this is the purpose of going Roach, is to deny mining. And ByuN is going to be stuck on a 1-base economy for at least a couple more seconds. That's ByuN. He will find the Roaches. And it looks like he will take down one of the Roaches, take down the Ravager as well. He's waiting for it. He wants it. Up. And Dark, can he get away? No shot. Oh my god. The control, Dark. With 2 right, there we go. Stim does kick in. 1 Ravager goes down. And ByuN, he will get the 2nd Ravager as well. Did cost him a stim, but he didn't lose any Marines. Ooh, he actually stimmed his entire army. That was a lot of damage. And in the end, 4 Marines went down. But that was 2 Ravagers for Dark. That was an expensive trade, an expensive loss for the Zerg player. And now ByuN can be active. Now ByuN has map control. Dark has to pull back, builds up. Roaches are amassing, Queens are on the way. Dark, he has 3 Roaches and 3 Lings. And remember, there is no Ling speed. And we'll see if we can keep up with ByuN. Gets an Overlord. Simming to the 3rd. Only a handful of Roaches. Oh, this is looking bleak here for Dark. As he cannot hold on. He cannot fight this. No, with this small of an army. ByuN sims in. Takes down a Queen. Gets a Roach. Doesn't get too many drones though. But drops into the main. And Dark having a hard time rotating. Doesn't quite lose the Overlord. He's holding on. Going for the medevac. Medevac goes down. And Dark holds. Dark, he does hold. It was a very close hold, though. That's what I will say. Very, very clutch. Very close. Dark does hold, getting a 4th. Getting into double Evo chambers, into double upgrades for +1 range. And he's embracing Roach play. He's getting into his Roaches. As he defends, he's going for a Roach Ravager counterattack to hit that goal base. Trying to keep up. Gascaster goes down, 3 drones as well. Not just the drones, but the Queens as well. And ByuN getting a lot of value. Gets a couple of Queens, gets into the mineral line, gets another 3-4 drones. And potentially another Queen. He wants it! He wants the Queen! Oh, won't quite get it though. Dark holds. Did lose quite a bit though. Still trying to drone up. Interesting. Now what I was going to say is that Terran players, they do become quite vulnerable when they try to take that center expansion. And we have seen players like Shin and even Dark as well at times snowball out of control by going for a Roach Ravager all in. But that is not the case here, as Dark is taking up into an Infestation Pit and a Hydra Den. So he's taking towards Lurkers. Making his way towards Lurkers instead. Double drop towards the north. Towards the gold. And ByuN will deny. Hive is in production for Dark. Trying to keep up. So far we'll zone away the drops, but again there's no anti-air, so there's nothing to really stop ByuN. He can just keep going. Steaming towards the main. Oh my god, the piles do connect! Medevac goes down, very nicely done here by Dark. Snipes a medevac with piles, that should not be happening. But here comes the main push from ByuN. He's got 4 tanks, a massive amount of Marines and Marauders. Dark's Shroud army is looking quite small, actually. He's got, what, 6 Ravagers, 12 Roaches, a handful of Hydras. Dark has been droning. And he's not ready for this. The Ravagers are exposed! He gets 1, he gets 2! 2 Ravagers go down. The base is going to be denied, there's no saving it. Yeah, hatchery is cancelled. Dark is pinned against the wall. Trying to hold on. ByuN getting his 4th. Dark setting up a surround, or at least a concave. We'll take down one of the tanks. Oh, but so many tank shots going off. Yeah, the Roaches, they melt. They melt before the tank line. Double drop into the main, or single drop into the main. Trying to pick up some Queens. Hatchery under fire. Does survive a little bit longer. ByuN wants it. Doesn't quite get it. 2 Marauders and a Dream. He will get it. Hatchery goes down. Dark is knocked down to 3 bases. 3 bases left. Again, Dark getting caught as he was trying to transition to Hydra. He can at least clean up the tanks. Tanks are left alone. Left exposed. 4 tanks go down. Not bad. But the Bio Army is what I'm concerned by. Dark embracing Roach Hydra. Lurker then just now on the way. It doesn't really have the economy to sustain Lurker production. Not yet. Dark is double expanding. Desperately needs to. But can he survive? Can he buy time? Triple expanding even. Getting 3 bases. Can he buy time and get into Lurker tech? As ByuN is pushing. Rotating towards the south. Pushing towards the third. Dark trying to keep up. +3 range on the way. Well, the hatchery is cancelled. Hatchery is denied. Putting on more creep. ByuN spots on all the expansions. And where does he go? Where we headed? Bottom right. Or even right down the middle. Oh my god. This I'm less certain by. This I'm less certain of. ByuN is pushing in. Vipers have arrived. Snipes going up. Ooh, going for Hydras. We get 1 blinding cloud. We get a 2nd blinding cloud as well. The tanks, only one of them can actually fire. But the blinding clouds are running out. Massive tank shots going off. And ByuN can keep pushing. Yeah, he's broken the back of Dark. The Roaches go down. The Lings as well. Dark, he's got 1 Lunker. The 1 Lurker. He's holding. He's trying to. But again, he's pinned against the wall. ByuN is just rallying across the map at this point. Taking more bases, taking more expansions. Snipes are going up. Ooh, going for the Lurker. I don't quite get it. Hydras, they come in from behind. They do snipe both tanks. But ByuN can just kite from here, back up and head towards the northern expansion. Towards the gold. These still efficient trades for the Terran. Sniping more of these Hydras. Gets 10 drones. GG gets called. It's just too much to handle, and ByuN will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. It was a bold move by Dark to open up Gasless on this map and, I mean, play on Dynasty in general, but alas, we saw that ByuN was able to punish him. As Dark was taking into Hydra Tech, into Hive Tech as well, he was caught out. If you remember, he had, what was it? It was 6 Ravagers, it was 8 Roaches, and a handful of Hydras. And if you remember, when the army pushed towards the gold base, the Ravagers were exposed. And I want to say that most, if not all, Ravagers went down before the fight started, and that snowballed into ByuN getting out of hand there, then and there. Sniping the expansions, sniping the bases, and just getting momentum and never really letting go. GG. GG, well played. ByuN does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As we load into Alkyone. This time, loading into a much smaller, or much more standard map, is what I should say. Something a lot more standard, and I'm curious where our players take us from here. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alkyone, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the blue Zerg player. Representing Talent Esports, it is Dark. Down in the series. And we'll see if he can bring it back here and force the ace match. Again, we have seen Dark embrace gasless openers on Nakione before, but after attempting and failing in Game 1, I would imagine maybe something more standard this time in Game 2. We'll see. We shall see. I mean, regardless of map, Dark, he is a bit of a roach boy. He's very fond of his roach play. That doesn't mean he can't play Ling Bane, not at all. He's actually quite terrifying at it. But does prefer playing with Roach Ravager instead. I mean, it's a very safe way to play as well. Very safe in ZvT. As for now, Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener. Standard opener out of Dark. This time he's not going to be delaying his gases, which means this time he will have Link Speed. Boy. Meanwhile, for those that are curious, it has been quite a while since we've seen ByuN embrace 2x Reaper anywhere near as often as he used to. I mean, it's been, I would say, ever since EWC. Like, even the weeks like after EWC leading into WTL, ByuN was still embracing 2x Reaper play, but since then it has died off quite a bit. It's something that ByuN embraces maybe once in a best of 5, maybe once in the tournaments, but not much more than that anymore. It's kind of fallen off or fallen out of meta. Instead, just standard opener, racks expand into factory. Likewise, back at home, Dark building up his gas, pulling out, and soon going to be embracing Link Speed. Actually, that was really cool. As the Lings do dance with the Reaper. Basically, Dark, he did prioritize 100 gas, and he actually didn't spend it. Just because he scouted, he confirmed it wasn't 2x Reaper, so he knew that he could just make extra queens, and he delayed Link Speed a little bit further here. So really nice adaptation by Dark. For those that are curious, Link Speed is prioritized if it is 2x Reaper. Do need it as quickly as possible. Because Dark knew that it wasn't, he actually delayed Link Speed intentionally. Instead. Meanwhile, ByuN going 3 CC before Starport. Very economic build here by the Red Terran. Oh, ByuN, he wants a tumor. He wants it! Ooh, he does not get it. Reaper goes down, doesn't get the tumor. Better trade for Dark. Back across the map, there's the Atom Swap, so it's going to be looking to be Banshee play here from ByuN. So 3cc Banshee, very just standard economic play here out of our Terran player. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. He's embracing Hellion Banshee production to harass across the map. Here we go. Likewise, it's going to be on Dark to keep up to minimize losses. So far, spreading out his queens. Oh, Dark going for a very early lair. You have my attention. That was what, a 4:15 lair timing? Extra gases on the way. Now, this could be a couple of different things. With 3 gases, this could be for a Nidus Worm. Could be some Nidus play. Meanwhile, if a 4th gas is taken, this could be 2-base Muta. Those are the 2 things I'm leaning towards. 4th hatchery's on the way. We're now still droning up. Getting into the Lever Chamber. Aliens, they dive towards the natural. So far, Dark is keeping up. And this could just be, yeah, initially just Ling Bane play, getting into his upgrades, getting into his Baneling speed. And nothing too crazy. He's macroing, he's droning, he's not going for any kind of crazy all-in. I'm still keeping my eye open for a 4th gas geyser, but yeah, just fast Baneling speed. Getting to Baneling speed, getting to 1-1. And despite seeing Roach Ravager in game 1, now we get to embrace Ling Bane. Ah, let's go. Can embrace Ling Bane. Again, earlier bathing speed than normal, but outside of that, he's still just droning. Just droning up, taking extra gases already here as well. Interesting. Oh, this makes more sense. I mean, that is a very fast infestation, so I was curious. I was really curious why were we rushing into a fast lair like this? We have the answer. Fast infestation pit. This looks like Ling Bane into Ultra. This is something that Dark used to do quite often on larger maps. I'm referring to maps like Gresvan, maps like Ancient Cistern. This was, what, like a year ago at this point? 2 years ago? Unfortunately, this is on the current patch, not the new PTR. Otherwise, we could see, like, the Ultras, like, pushing units away, and we could see the new Ultra in all its glory. Alas, not going to happen here. I'm waiting for the Hive. There it is. Hive is on the way. Getting into Burrow, and again, this should be leading into Ultra Tech. So far, Dark is keeping up. Hasn't lost many workers, getting to its 4th base saturation. Hellion Banshee has been poking in, but hasn't really done much outside of clearing off creep. And Darky's more than happy with that. Again, he's rushing into Hive Tech, and the Hive is almost halfway done. It is all coming together. Banshee's forced back home. 4 CC on the way. ByuN is not going for an 8 racks. He's macroing up. The Overlord actually did scout the 4 CC as well. So Dark is aware. He knows he's safe. He's getting ready. Knocking down those rocks, respreading that creep. ByuN is getting ready for his own move out. Hive is almost done. There's Adrenal. There's the Ultra Cavern, as we did mention. And can Dark get away with rushing into Ultras for now? ByuN is pushing towards the 4th. Only one tank behind this. Hellbass to support. Does Dark have enough Ling Bane? Queens are pushing forward. Darky comes in from behind. And he goes for the surround. It collapses on the Hellbats. The Marines, they do not get away. Oh my god, the splits were not there. Massive bathing connections. And ByuN gets forced back. He gets shut down. The base is saved. The creep did recede, but Dark, he survives. And the Ultra Cavern, it's almost done. It's almost done. He's almost there. Dark, he's almost at his final form. Of course, once it's done, we have to invest into the upgrades, kind of plating. Ultra speed. There we go. Kindness plating is on the way. First Ultras are on the horizon. ByuN, his aggression has already subsided. Dark, he wants the Marines. He wants them. Up. Very nice target firing out of ByuN. Oh my god. Despite that, he still gets cleaned up. And Lings, they go to town. Double drop towards the south. And ByuN is still not fully aware of what's going on. Still has yet to scout. Didn't see the natural. Doesn't know the Hive is already done. Bailings, they're not going to be able to finish up in time. Go, but the Lings, they trade so well regardless. Oh my god. Even without the Bailings. And +2 now kicking in. Dark did have an upgrade lead. And the first wave of Ultras have made it. The Ultras are here. And Dark's maxed. He's already maxed out. He has the 40 army supply lead. And there's not much to him to defend. There's a drop out of the map. Most of the army's towards the top left. And there's almost nothing here towards the 3rd. There are some reinforcements. Oh, the Widowmine shots. Oh. They don't quite go up. Ling Bane crashes into the mineral line. Widowmines get cleaned up. And here come the Ultras as well. And ByuN out of position. He does race back. Banelings crash in. And again, there's no ghosts. There's no ghost ready for this. There are some Marauders. For the Ultras, they can push in. Yeah, the natural base has been broken. GG gets called, and Darky snowballs out of control with the Ultras and ties up the series. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Dark, he does tie things up. Again, very interesting build. It was an early lair. If you recall, I was like, early lair, okay, maybe Mutas, maybe Nidus Worm. No. It was fast Infestation Pit into a fast Hive into Ultras. Oh boy, something that we haven't seen from Dark in quite some time, so again, I wasn't quite expecting it. Neither was ByuN. He never quite scattered. When you're up against something like an Ultra Rush like this, it is important to be defensive, not to be active on the map, but to turtle up, to wall off, throw down more, or get more tanks, throw down more SimCity, bunkers, depots, and tech towards ghosts, and be more defensive. Alas, because ByuN didn't know that he had to do that, because he didn't know there was a Hive, didn't know there were Ultras, ByuN was being active, and he was caught with his pants down. There was nothing for him to defend, and with that, we're going to the ace match. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of side Delta, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Talon Esports, tying up the series, forcing the ace match. It is Dark. Let's go. Now, coming into side Delta, this is a map that I would have said, oh, you know, going Lingmane Ultra could work quite well on side Delta, but after seeing it on game 1, in game 2, I don't see us doing that again in this series. Usually that's something you do once. It's usually not something that you rely upon. Just because now ByuN is going to be more on notice, he's going to be more active when it comes to scouting. Oh, he's going CC first. Oh my god. CC for Spirit, is that you? CC first out of ByuN. Very greedy, very risky play here, especially against Dark. Dark is more than willing to go to open up pool first in some of these matchups, or even go for a Roach Rush as well in ZvT. He's not afraid to do so. So a risky move here out of ByuN. It's going to pay off, for now at least. Is going to pay off. For Dark back at home, hatch gas pool, standard opener. It is going to be a standard opener. And ByuN should be able to get away with his greed. At least early on. As we settle in. But again, unlike the previous game, I'm sure ByuN is going to be a lot more attentive when it comes to scanning the tech of Dark. Scanning and even dropping and moving out with his Banshees. From here, ByuN just getting to his 1-1 setup. No 2-1-1 this time. And I would imagine ByuN would go into a third CC from here. We'll see. As the orbital gets across map, confirms that the orbital is already done. Is aware. Behind this is getting into his third. Interesting, and ByuN is not going for a third CC. Okay. You have my attention. ByuN going CC first into a 1-1-1. So a very aggressive follow-up here by ByuN. Getting into additional Hellions, working towards, I would imagine, Banshee play once again. But we'll see how hard ByuN commits. If he throws down an Armory and goes for like a Banshee, a Hellbat push. If he throws down a second and a third Rax, it goes for a 2-base all-in. We'll see. Or if he just throws down a third CC and goes for just a delayed economy. There's the add-on swap. Both Banshees on the way. Hellions are amassing. The first 2 Hellions do move out. Dipping in between the bases, getting a tumor. Not a bad start. First tumor goes down, and there it is! One of the options. Armory. It is a Hellbat push. So very committed here by ByuN. It isn't just a Hellbat push, but it's going to be Stim as well. So Stim Marines, Cloak Banshees, Hellbats, very, very committed here by ByuN. And Dark is rushing into a lair again. Oh god. Once again, fast lair. This is the same timing as last game, actually. So this was, what, a 4-minute 15 lair timing. Very early by Dark. I am concerned. We'll have a Baneling nest, though. So we'll have some Banelings to defend. That is going to be crucial. The armory is almost done. Throwing down 2 more axes alongside a 3rd CC. So this is not an all-in, but still hyper committed here by ByuN. As the Hellbats, they morph in. And the push is upon us. Dark, how many queens does he have? 7. 7 queens, lings, and no Baneling nest. Hellbats, they waddle into the mineral line. Oh! Trying to pick up a queen. Lings, they come in to reinforce. And where are the Banshees? Oh my god, the boys, calm down. The boys are pulled for a moment. Banshees, they hit the main. The Hellbats, they don't break the 3rd, but drone damage is still being done. It's going to be 4 drone kills so far. A couple of queens do respond. At least they try to. You know, Hellbats, they rotate towards the 3rd. Another Banshee here towards the natural. It is going to be a try-to attack by ByuN. Oh, picks up a queen. Yeah, queen goes down. The drones, they're getting roasted. 9 drone kills. Oh my god. Almost 10. Barely getting 10 towards the end. 11. 11. 12 drones go down, and this time it's going to be the fast lair, not for Ultra, but for Aspire, for Mutas. Okay, so it's going to be Lingbane Muta out of Dark. Bold move. I'm a little bit concerned because ByuN has been very aggressive behind this. He throws down extra axes. He's now going to be expanding. That is true. It's not a 2-base all-in, but still fast stim. Fast stim, heavy fire production. I wouldn't be surprised actually if ByuN goes for a 3-base all-in for an 8 racks. He's almost there. He's on 5. He's on 5 racks so far. He's already moving out. Did ByuN scout the Spire? He did not. Not spot the Spire. But he did get eyes on the fast lair. He's already pushing. Headed towards that southern expansion. Baneling speed is halfway done. Not even. And Dark, can he save the expansion? Can he save the base? Oh, no shot. The answer to that is no. As the 4th base is cancelled. ByuN from here, he rotates. Does have to be careful with his stims. Takes out most of the tumors. Darker supply blocks. Oh, now is not the time. That is a brutal supply block. 1 Muta popped out. Only 1. Because the supply block, 7 more Mutas on the way. And ByuN is pushing in. He does smell blood in the water. Dark going for a counterattack, trying to force the army back or pick off reinforcements. They're going for the 3rd. ByuN catching a queen. Stimming on in. And there's just not enough Ling Pain. Just a handful of Banelings. Marines have arrived. Reinforcements back at home. Barely any SCV kills. Dark coming from behind. He gets 1 tank. 1 tank goes down. There's still another tank behind this. Queens are falling left and right. Mutas, they can't engage. They have to try though. And Dark is running a massive Baneling connection. But there's still so many more Marines behind this. And he's rattling across the map. ByuN, he's so close. He's so close to breaking Dark. And he's done it. He has done it. GG gets called. ByuN, he overwhelms. And ByuN will take the series 2-1, advancing onto the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. A very aggressive ace match here from ByuN, going for the 1-1-1 Hellbat push into a very strong 5-rack stim timing, and Dark was being greedy. He was being greedy. We mentioned it at the time. Dark, he once again, just like the previous game, rushed into a fast lair. This time it wasn't for ultras, this time it was for mutas instead. And as you can imagine, mutas, they don't do very well defensively as a unit. They do amazing harassing across the map and picking off SCVs and picking off drops and keeping the Terran army busy, but defensively, they are lackluster. On top of that, we saw a brutal supply block as well. Things were just going from bad to worse for Dark, and ByuN snowballed out of control. GG, congratulations. Congratulations, ByuN will advance on to the grand finals, and we have a TBT getting ready for us. It's going to be a Terran versus Terran, best of 5 between Kior and ByuN. Oh boy.